I should say the things have changed in some ways.
Who is the determinant of the public interest?
The more time people spend in digital worlds, the more of our lives we live there.
Intercoin, bringing power to the people. Remember, the whole crypto space was supposed to have started with Satoshi and Bitcoin as a reaction to banks and the financial system just printing money, being able to just issue as much money into the system as they wanted to collectively, right? And the voters voting themselves more money and whatever. But while Bitcoin and Ethereum and these decentralized projects, including Dogecoin, and even including Uniswap and all these, as it made it easier and easier to set up these exchanges, and people started betting with this mania on these bubbles and these zero-sum games of shuffling money around, you got, again, this idea that you're going to put your money into an exchange and beat someone else and take their money like in a casino game, or that you're going to deploy your money into Celsius and you're going to get a yield that you rely on this other company to do. And so these companies sprang up again to manage your money, similar to banks, and they made those banks from 2007 and 6 and all that collapse seem like very, very responsible stewards of pension funds, because the very industry that was reacting to the banks doing it led to essentially even more unaccountable centers of money. But you with your wallet and your private keys can opt out anytime you want. Just take your money off the exchanges. Take your money out of the centralized lending companies that promise that they'll give you a yield. Where's that yield going to come from? So you put it back in your wallet and you make sure that your keys are secure. The way you make sure your keys are secure without any technology whatsoever is that you simply write down your 12-word phrase of a new pristine wallet. Of course, you have to trust the wallet maker, right, that gives you the phrase. But basically, you could come up with your own phrase even, and then you could create 3 copies of that phrase, 12 words, and cut up those copies into groups of 4. So that's 9. So that's 3 copies. Each copy is then cut into 3 strips. And then just take those 3 strips and put them in different places, maybe your freezer, maybe buried in your backyard. Now that I mentioned it, you should try some other things. Only you know where those 3 pieces are. And if one of them gets lost, well, you have 2 other backup copies of each thing. So it's not really hard to make sure that your secret key is safe and you can find it when you need. This is for large balances, okay? And again, as long as you have that private key, as long as you have that 12-word phrase, you can generate a private key from that. And so you could even come up with your own 12-word phrase. It's just a bunch of words drawn from a lexicon. You don't even have to trust the wallet to come up with one for you. And then just write them down, put them there, and just make sure that you can use some offline software like a program that you download from the internet, like Node.js code. You can look at that code. It's not that hard. Use as a library to turn your 12-word mnemonic phrase into a private key. And then you could just go ahead and sign locally with that program, disconnect from the internet and sign whatever you want with that private key, and then go ahead and, see if that works. Post it to the blockchain. If it works, there you go. You've got your seed phrase. And if you ever need to move large amounts of money, now you know how to do it. You only needed to use that private key once.
Like to be the first to hear about Intercoin's roadmap and news? Definitely join and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click that little notification button so you can get updates when the next video drops. And the next time we interview a legend like Noam Chomsky or Patrick Friedman. And if you would like to participate in the conversation, go to community.intercoin.app. We'd love to hear from you and about your community. This is what the project is all about.
Intercoin, bringing power to the people.